All right, guys, let's go. Yet another week, 4 weeks. Have you been here for the first three sessions? If you're here for the first three sessions, say I have been here for the first three sessions. This makes it the fourth session that you're here. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing myself echo. All right, I close it off. All right, so what I'm gonna do is jump right into the paper, but I have a story to tell you. But I'll tell you the story after I finish the first 20 questions, right? So after I finish the first 20 questions, I'll send you a story. Let's just do the first set of shout outs to Kaylee. Hi, Mr. Spring. I'm new and I watch all the live stream and I have a copy of the handbook. It helped me a lot. Our teacher gave us your videos to copy down over the weekend. Big up, Kaylee. AV, I got 72 in maths. I like to see all the people who grades going up and thing. Kevin has been here for the first three sessions. My boy Kavir also here for the first three sessions. Kavir is doing really well in class. AFO, shout out to you. And Eli as well. Eli joined recently. Eli is attentive in class. Boy AV there. So yeah, so we don't do too much shout outs in the beginning. We like to jump into the paper as fast as possible. I love your test, very helpful. Nice. Chavi likes your Minecraft backdrop. And if you all don't know, Chavi's my son and he's watching. So he's gonna be 7, so he's watching. And let's see if Chavi can do some of these questions. Don't forget to like. There are 341 or so people here, at least that's what I'm seeing. So take your time, all 341 of you all, don't damage yourself. Bring your mouse to the like button, find the like button, and press it. Press the like button. Press it. You know, I just say this, and YouTubers say this a lot. Like anytime you watch a YouTube video, you hear somebody say, press the like button, and you press the like button, and you just be like, okay, and you just let that go on. But actually, press the like button. Not everybody would do it. Or subscribe if you have to, right? So let's begin. What's the answer for the first question? Write in words the number in words 517,000 where's my B? 100 and in words. I see some people writing the number. If the quality of the screen is low, you just need to raise the settings on your side. Just go on the gearbox and raise the settings. 517,084. And I'm seeing a lot of persons with that answer. Do you know a lot of people lose marks on this question because they write the wrong thing? Not that they don't know how to write 517,084. What they do is that they write 517084. You have to pay attention to the instructions. The number 946 is decreased by 381. What's the new number? So if you decrease a number, you're subtracting. So if I subtract 381 from 946, what will happen? Let's see. 1 from 6. Did I write something wrong? 517,000 and I put 2 ants. Yeah, that must be the drink the. The number 946 is decreased by 381. 1 from 6 is, all right, so we're back to this. 1 from 6, 6 take away 1 is 5. 4 take away 8, that can't happen. So let's just take 1 from the 9 and drop that to 8 and bring across the 1 there. That 1 represents hundreds. So in tens, that's like a 10 tens, right? So that's why it turns to 14. But we really don't think of all them things when you're bringing across this one. You just think like that it's 14. So 14 minus 8 now is 1, 2, and 4. That's 6. And then 8 minus 3 is 5. 565, and I'm seeing that answer all over the chat. Some people made a typo, right? 665. Fix it using the digits 1, 2, and 7 form the smallest number, which is a multiple of 4. So what you need to do for these is just start off with the smallest possible number, which means you put the smallest number first. So 127 is the smallest possible number. But this is not divisible by 4. And I easily know this. Divisible by 4. How do I know this? Because it ends in an odd number. 4 cannot go into odd numbers because 4 is a multiple of 2. So 4 Must pick an even number. So what's the next smallest number? I'll start with 1 and switch the 7 and the 2. 172 is divisible by 4. And how do I know it's divisible by 4? Because I know 72 is divisible by 8. 9 8s are 72. And if it's divisible by 8, it's divisible by 4. So the smallest possible number is 172. And of course, 100 is divisible by 425 times. So that was a nice question. 3.26, when you multiply in decimals, you want to ignore the decimal point in the multiplication process. Like you remove the decimal point, in other words, you bring it across 1 2 3 4, and you multiply like normal, and then in the end you'll bring it back. So really and truly, all I'm seeing, all my eyes are picking up right now is this 3265. Sorry, 326. So all I'm seeing is like it's 326 multiplied by 4. I'm ignoring the decimal points. And you'll let the people with the blurry screen comment know that if the screen is blurry, you need to go in your settings and raise the resolution, right? 4 6s are 24. So what they usually do is put the 24 here. Some people don't like to do that anymore because they're feeling too big. 4 2s are 8 plus 2 is 10. So a 0 is going to end up here, and then a 1 is coming across here. 4 3s are 12 plus 1 is 1304. 1304. Always come back and double check these questions, like do it over fresh if you get time, because you never know if you made a little mistake. Okay, like just now, I didn't bring back my point. Yeah, as I'm scrolling down, I see them red things there, and I'm like, I didn't bring back my point. So you see, if I'd come back and double check this, I'd realize, hey, I didn't bring back my point, right? So my point needs to come back 1 2, and then the next one 3 4. So a lot of people put the point in the wrong place. It should be 0.13. See, a lot of people put the point in the wrong place. 0.1304. What do y'all think about that? Make sure I copy down the right thing. That's good. Yeah. So write the missing number in the box below to make the statement correct is the next question. Write the missing number. So what we can do is see what this side, also called the LHS. What does LHS stand for? Left hand side. So you go and check your left hand side and see if it works. So this is 6 squared is 36 divided by 4. Let's see what it will boil down to. 36 divided by 4 is what? 36 divided by 4 is what? 9. So some number divided by 3 is 9. Some number divided by 3 is 9. One number when I try to send 3 into it is 9. And from my tables, I would know that this is 27. 27 divided by 3 is 9. Agreed? So you work out the left-hand side, which you know, figure it out, use your tables or whatnot to get that next missing piece. So arrange the following decimals in descending order. Fun stuff. The biggest number here is 1.3. You all agree? Because it has a 1 in it, so this one also has a 1, but this is 1.0 and then 3. So that will come next. What will come after that? Is it 0.13 or 0.31? Well, this has 3 tenths, this only has 1 tenth. So the 0.31 comes next, and then the 0.13. So numbers get more significant as they go to the left. So this number is more significant. The 3 is more significant than the 0, it's bigger. And that is something that you need to remember all the way into secondary school. Let me just post what Satash has here because that's important. If it's blurry, go in settings and turn your quality to the highest. So 79 minus 230, 2 over 3. All right, 79 minus 2 over 3. And now we need to solve this. Now, what is the technique we use for this? What is the technique we use for this? Somebody's saying it's going to be 1-2. Well, the technique we use for this is, yes, LCM. 9, 3. The LCM is 9. So 9 is the same here. So I can just put back the 7. Excuse me. And some of y'all, when you learn the LCM, you'll do it like this. You'll put the 7, 9 here. And you change this to an equivalent fraction. So you put the 9 in the 2 spots. But Generally, the convention is when it's just two fractions to make it easy, we just draw one long vinculum and put the line, here, right? And 3 can go into 9 3 times. So then 3 by 2 is 6. So 7 minus 6 is 1/9. So it's 1/9 is the actual answer, not 1/3. Somebody had 1/3. Eden has 9 bills in his wallet with a total value of $107. Let me just pin Salma. Salma has a nice definition here. A nice note here on how to increase the settings. Let me take this time before we do number 8 to say a very critical and important thing. You know what I'm going to say, right? Press the like button. Press the like button. How much likes we have, Ali? Press the like button. Eden has 9 bills in his wallet with a total value of $107. And now let's see how much all of these monies add up to. And I will subtract. See if you can put in 2 missing bills. All right, Mr. Eden. So you have, can we do this in our mind? 5 plus 1 plus 50 plus 20 plus 1 plus 10 plus 5. Can we do this in our mind? I'm seeing, let's do the big numbers. 50, 10, 20, 5, and 5, right? So 50 plus 10 is 60, plus 20 is 80, plus another 10 is 90. $92 so far. So 107 minus 92 is what we're looking at. Is that what we got? Or is it, yes, it's 92. 107 minus 92. The likes going up earlier, the likes going up. 7 minus 2 is 5. And that 15. 15. So he needs to make $15. So I wouldn't tell you to put 9 and 6, although 9 and 6 does add to 15, because I've been on this earth for 33, 34 years and I've never seen a $9 bill. Have anyone seen a $9 bill? But I have seen a $10 bill and I have seen a $5 bill. So 10 and 5 is the best thing to put here, right? 10 and 5. I've never seen a $15 bill either. If 7/12 of a number is 56, what is the number? So the fraction is 7/12, or 7/12 of the number represents 56. How do we find the whole when you're in this situation? 7/12 is 56. How do we find the whole? To find the whole, you hit them the reciprocal. Anytime you have the fraction and you need to find the whole, you hit them the reciprocal. So you see 56 multiplied by 12 over 7. Can 7 go into 56? Can 7 go into 56? Yes. So 7 into 56 is 8. And then we have 8 by 12 being 96. So now we have the whole. Remember that. Remember that, please, class. 8 times, yeah. 4 boxes of donuts were bought to distribute between the 3 standard 5 classes. If each box contains 1 dozen donuts, how much donuts did each class receive? Right now, in the mode where I'm reading the question and it's not sticking. Sometimes when you're studying, that has happened. Just now, let me clear my throat. Anybody that happened to them when you're studying, sometimes like sometimes when you're studying, you're going good, you're hitting off a paper, next paper. And then sometimes like, you're reading the question and it ain't really coming through. It ain't reaching in, boy. But you still need to push through, and I can still push through today. 4 boxes of donuts were bought to distribute between the 3 standard 5 classes. Okay. All right. So what I try to do when that happens is visualize. So I'm visualizing these boxes of donuts. Oh, that standard 5 class lucky is a donut day. If each box contained 1 dozen donuts, how much donuts did each class receive? All right. Well, they bought in total. It's not a long question. That's a tip we can know for these first 10 questions. It's not a long question because it's only 1 max. It's not a million things we need to do. So in total, we have 4 by 12 donuts, not so, which is 48. But there are only 3 classes and there are 48 donuts. So what do we need to do? We need to share up 48 by 3. 1 class will get. So this question is more a comprehension question. 48 divided by 3, and everybody in the chat is telling me that's 16. So make up your whole self if you got 16. Anybody getting faster? Anybody faster since the beginning of January? If you got faster in your mathematics, you're following when I'm doing the subtractions and divisions and thing since the 1st of January, say, yeah, me, I get faster. Say, I got faster. Point A is 3.7 to the left of point B. Wow, interesting. I love it. I love this question. Draw an arrow to show the position of point A. Now, it's 3.7 to the left, and right now, it's on 29.2. How do I know 29.2? Because there are 10 divisions between 29 and 30. So that's 1.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and 5 is usually a little taller. You see now, the middle, 27.5 is a little taller, 26.5 is a little, yes. So this has to be 29.2 here. And I want to go backwards because it's to the left. So I know I'm going to do a little subtractose of 3.7. 3.7 from 29. So you see a lot of people saying they got faster. I got faster. You get faster than me? Somebody say I got faster than you. All right, well, that's good. I have taught some students who are faster in arithmetic than me. Like I don't know. When those kind of schools that just make them learn how to add and divide and multiply really fast. Anyhow, so cross out the 9, put 8 here, put the 1 there. 12 minus 7 is 5. Because 6 and 6 is 12. So 7 and 5 is 12. Yeah. And then just now, well done. Somebody didn't get faster. Ronaldo got faster. Camelo got faster. And 3 from 8 is another 5. Whoa, we love it. And then a 2. So 25.5. Now I can't just write 25.5 here because that's not the instruction. The instruction was to draw an arrow on the 25.5. And we already know where to put that. We know where to deal that with already. Let me make sure my arrow looking like the arrow. If I must say so, my arrow looking nicer. Like ED. My arrow nicer. 12. Convert 3.65 hours to minutes. A little tricky because how do we do this? 3 hours. Let's do the hours part first. 3 hours equal 3 by 60 equal 180 minutes. But that's not all. I can't say 180 plus 65. Don't ever do that when you're going from hours to minutes. All right, Ali, you see I see real shadows on my face and things. Let me go and turn on my light. Look out the 0.65 and tell me what the answer is. I'm not turning on my light here. And let's see the green screen there for a second. Yeah. Right. Now I'm shining. Up to my forehead shining. 219. I've seen 219 minutes, people say. Well, 0.65, that will have to be 65 over 100. Because it's 0.65, and then I need to multiply that by an hour, but I want it in minutes, so it's 60 minutes. And then let's see if we can get a little breakdown-y happening here, boys. 0 and 0 will cancel there because that's like over 1. And then what can I do? I can say 5 can go into this 2 times, and 5 can go into this 13 times. By now, you realize that 13 times 5 is a real popular thing in SE. 13 times 5 is always 65, so we know that, right? And then 2 can go into 6 3 times. So it's 13 times 3, which we also know, which is 39. So we have 39 minutes coming from this 0.65 of an hour. So now all I need to do is add them. I got 180 minutes from the 3 hours and 39 minutes from the 0.65 of an hour. So when I add them up, I'll get 180 plus 39. And that is going to give me 9 and 0 is 9, 3 and 8 is 11. Bring across the 1. So 219 minutes is the answer. Look, they have the units there. Niceness. I see a lot of people are 319, but some people add only 65 to the 180. Parents, if you're watching, this is a popular mistake that students make. Students, anybody here used to make this mistake and now you know how to do the writing? Like if they're changing hours to minutes and it's in decimals, they say, okay, they do the 3 by the 60, they get a 180, but then they think the 65 here is just minutes, but that's not minutes. That's 0.65 of an hour. So you need to put this over the fraction, change this decimal to a fraction, and multiply by 60. Don't make that mistake in the exam if it come, right? An incomplete calendar is given below. And this is the month of August. 30 days of September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. So August is at 31 days, boy. So I could put 29, 30, 31 there without any fail. And after August comes September. And you know what happens? The one doesn't start back over here, you know. That's not how months and things work, you know. The month, September, let me start right September in blue. We'll start right here. Where you feel? You feel when the month finish on Wednesday, we're going and swing back to Monday one time? No. It has to keep going. So this is the first. This is the 2nd of September. The 3rd of September is going, which is the question. That's the question. The 3rd of September for sure is going to be a Saturday, boy. And that's how you collect your marks in this question. And they don't lose no marks in them easy calendar question, and I'll make sure you can tell your days of the week and your months of the year and thing. The objects shown below balance the scale. What is the mass of each pineapple? Well, if this is 2.4 kg, Mr. Pumpkin, well, then the pineapples, and by the way, we need to assume that all the pineapples are in like the same spot there, because when you start to do CXC physics, you realize that if the pineapple here, it kind of contributing less of its mass than if it's here. Like, I don't know if any one of you all ever been on a seesaw before, but like, if you're on a seesaw and you sit down here and your friend sit down here, both of you all are the same weight, he will push you up because he has more moments. Physics is an exciting thing. Maybe it's a subject you all can look out for. If you like those kind of things, look out to do physics in CXC. All right, but they just want you to divide. That's all. This isn't any big physics question. They just want you to divide to get the 3 pineapples. So we'll say 2.4 divided by 3. Or I can say 24 divided by 3. And I know 24 divided by 3 is 0.8. Now, if I put 0.8 here, I'll be getting it wrong. Why would I get it wrong if I put 0.8 there? What we seeing going on here? They want the answer in grams, bro, so you need to put 800 grams. They don't want the answer in kilograms. That was kilograms. So 800 grams. Circle the solid that doesn't have a uniform cross-section area. This is uniform because remember, if I put my knife here and I decide to cut this like a bread, although I've never seen a triangular loaf of bread before, all of these will get triangles and same size of triangles. If I cut this, I will only get circles going down and same size of circles. If I cut this, yes, I will get circles going down, but the circles will be getting bigger and bigger and smaller and smaller, and that's not uniform. To have and by the way, what is an object that has a uniform cross section called? An object with a uniform cross section is called a what's it in the chat? Let me see who put it first. I'll wait a little while because there's a little delay in my chat. Prison and prison. No, Kida. I think Kida put it first. Oh no, Amelia. Oh no, Chisel. Oh my gosh, that's so many answers. I think she was the first one to put it. Chisel Nandu. So the person who is using this profile, if you need to get my book, the SCA workbook, if you don't have it yet, message the admin number. It's in the description, and let me see if I can put it on the screen, and I will send it to you free for getting that answer out. So let me see if I can put it on the screen. Then just give me a little second to put the number on the screen. All right, there it is. So whoever is using that profile, Chisel Nandu, you can message this number and we'll send it to you free. Bless up. And look out for the prompt, look out for the surprise questions, right? Okay, so a lot of them have the books already. The diagram below shows 3 angles. AB is a straight line. AB is a straight line. There's no question here, so I have to scroll a little more. Calculate the value of y. How are we going to calculate the value of y? Well, in a straight line, the angle is 180 degrees. So I could say, oh, this is a 90 degrees. Anytime I see this kind of block, that means 90 degrees. 90 degrees means the lines are perpendicular. That's what we call that. It's a big word. Watch the word how you spell it here. Perpendicular. So perpendicular lines are 90 degrees. But you know what that means for me? That means this side is also 90 degrees. Add 90 and 90 and see what you get. 90 plus 90 gives us what class? 180. So that's how I know a 90 degrees angle splits the 180 into two. And most of you all should know that. In fact, that's how we get the north, south, east, west stuff. And we know this is 90, 90, 90, 90, 180, and all the way around is 360. A pole supposed to be raising it. So if this is 90 degrees, then y must be equal to 90 degrees minus the 62 degrees that we have there. So it might be best for me to put it like this. And y'all could do, somebody put 29. DJ YouTuber, what is that 29 doing there? 28 degrees. If I subtract this, because this will go to 8, this will go to 1, 10 minus 2 is 8, 8 minus 6 is 2. There we go. Is that the question? Calculate the value of y? Yes. The area of a square is 256. Calculate the length of one side. Well, most of y'all, I would say most of y'all would know your squares. So you know 256, the square of it is a parent called me this week, and I probably get this message maybe twice a month. What? No, not 18, it's 16. What square should they teach the child up to? What square do you need to learn up to? So let's take a survey. What square do you know up to by heart? You obviously know 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, 7 squared 49, 8 squared 64, 9 squared 81. Oh, we squaring them here, right? 10 squared is 100. Some people know up to 20 squared. 11 squared is 121. 12 squared is 144. Now, everybody, no matter what, must know up to here. No if, but, or maybe. If you don't know up to there, I mean, you don't know your 12 timetables, and you need to know every table in your 12 timetable. On call, I should be able to say 7 times 8, and you say the answer, right? So yeah, you need to get learning if you don't know up to there. However, I advise that the minimum as SEA students should learn is this plus the popular ones, which would be 13 squared is 169, 15 squared is 225, 16 squared is 256, 20 squared is 400, and 25 squared is 625. So you should know the popular ones like these, because they come in questions. And I mean, you can work it out, but knowing it often will help. Now, if you want to put in the extra week, of course, you can learn your 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 squares. It will only get you a little faster in mental, but it shouldn't really affect your grade if you don't know those. But you should know these popular ones to be a little faster in the questions. All right? And then those of you who are learning up to 30, that is the extra people. That is just because that is just like if you really love maths, bro. I don't even know up to 30 offhand. The tally chart below shows, I know 30 squared is 900. The tally chart below shows the favorite movie of a class of 30 students. Name the movie that represents the mode. Who has the most here? This is tempting to put, but this is only 9. This one has a 5 block and another 5 block. So this one is 10. Yeah, Chavi, this one is called tally. So the mode is the most frequent. The most frequent will be Avengers Endgame. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. The mean of 7 and 9 and 11 is the same as the mean of 13 and 8. What number does it represent? These questions that mean, by the way, mean is just a fancy word for statistical average. One of the tips of these questions is that you need to find the sum, the total. So, and anytime I watch your camera, I'm watching you in your eye right now, right? And to see me watching your eye, mean equal average. So we need to find the sum. So that's the tip in this question, because this sum must be equal to that sum. That's how mean work. Okay, and you need to find the sum and then divide by how much. So if I find the sum of 7, 9, and 11, that's 27. So the sum, and I got that because 9 and 11 make 20. I know that. right? 9 and 1 is 10. 9 and 11 is 20. So 20 plus 7 is 27. And I know this must also add to the sum. Should it? No. Should it? No. I have a little problem here. The mean of this is the sum. Let's find the mean. So the mean is going to be 27 over 3, which is 9. So I found the mean of the first number. Now, I was thinking that the sum of these set of numbers would be the same as this, but I'm wrong. This is the sum if there were 3 numbers. In this one, there's only 2 numbers. So how do we find the sum of this? Well, we know that the mean is the same as the mean here, which is 9. So if I need to find the sum, you multiply by 2 because there are 2 numbers now. So the sum is 18. Pay special attention to what I said just now, right? So the sum of these numbers, when I add them up, is 18. But I don't know what A is, but I know what one of the numbers is. So A is equal to 18 minus 13. 18 minus 13 is... I'm not seeing anybody with the... Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people with the answer. 5. 5 is the way to go. Number 20, and then I'll tell you all a story after we do number 20. I'm going to tell you all a story. So need you all to gather around the YouTube campfire. Let me see if I get a picture of a campfire, right? Oh, wait, let me do the question first. How many students does this triangle represent? The pictograph below shows the preferred breakfast of 56 students. So with these questions, I want to add up all the triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 triangles. And these 14 triangles represent 56 students. So what am I trying to do? 14 triangles represent 56 students. I need to see how many times the 14 could go into the 56, and that would tell me how much one student is. Yes. So I'll say this triangle would be 56 divided by 14, which seems to be 4 4s are 16. 4, yes. So it seems to be 4. Or I can break it down. Maybe I can say 2 can go into this 7 times. 2 can go into this 20. Bring across the 1. 28 times, and 7 into 28 is 4. Yes. All right, story time now. Let me get the campfire going. Story time. See, I know I was going to do this. Campfire. Oh, that campfire was stuck in it, didn't it, boy? Right, there we go. There we campfire. Anytime you see campfire come out, you know is time for story, right? So I have my points here. Well, let me tell you the story first, right? So I used to before I became a YouTuber and all these kind of things, I used to go one-on-one teaching. So I used to go to somebody's house, and that's tutoring, and teach their student, teach their child, teach the student to become really good at maths, chemistry, physics, technical drawing, IT, a bunch of different subjects that I taught, right? A bunch of subjects. You can see me doing some of them on YouTube, geography and things. And let's call this student Pete. I don't want to call the real student name. One of these students I used to teach, well, he was really bad in maths in the beginning, but then as I began to teach him, being the excellent teacher that I am, he got really good. So when I taught him, he started to understand everything. So Pete went from this in maths to this. You could see he was confident. He looking forward to lessons every time. He was happy to do it. But Pete had a problem. Let's say hello to Peter. See, somebody say hello to Peter already. Pete's problem was that when I worked with him, after a few months he got really good. I show him how to do a question. Pete, boy, this is how you do the question, and Pete come back and do back the question for me. He do another question, correct, do the assignment in class, 10 out of 10. Here what Pete's problem was. when Pete went to school and did an exam, Pete still scoring low in the exam, 30 out of 100. And that made me very sad because, like, I teaching Pete and Pete still getting low. So I realized Pete had a problem in doing exams. How many of y'all, like in this session when I'm doing everything, you understood those questions, but then somehow you're still scoring low in exams. You're still scoring kind of low in exams. You have what they call exam anxiety. And that's the word they like to use a lot, this anxiety word. So you have that problem, that anxiety problem. And like when you're doing good in class, in the assignments, but when it's back to the exam, you're anxious. You're getting a lot of anxiety, and you're building up and you're so fearful. Well, this problem, I have never had this problem. I couldn't even identify with this problem when I was in school. I didn't even understood what people said when they talked about anxiety. It's only later on I spoke to somebody. When you're anxious, how do you feel? Same heart beating, palms sweating, I can't think straight, I just forget everything, I blank out. And I realize for most people, some people it could be a medical condition, but for most people, what they called anxiety, I had it all the time. I had the same anxiety, and most people have the same anxiety, and some of the top students I know have the same anxiety, but just I never called it anxiety. I called it excitement. So it is completely natural for your heart to beat and for your forehead to start to sweat and to feel like, whew, when you're about to do something that's brand new. That everybody feels that way. But I call it excitement and they call it anxiety. And the key difference is this is coupled with fear and this is coupled with readiness and being so excited to get this done. This is something new. You have never done this before. So I want to give you some tips to fight exam anxiety. Next week, I will try to give you all some tips on how to overcome what Peter's doing here. But I want to go on the exam anxiety. Number one, tell yourself aloud. So I need you to say this out aloud. I am excited. And when you're feeling anxious, I excited. Practice right today. I excited. It's just excitement. Excited. My body is excited. I've never done this before. It's excitement. It's perfectly natural to feel that way. So instead of trying to fight down the anxiety, you allow yourself to be excited. And you're about to do what's next. The next very, very, very important thing, and this helps Pete, is to learn your basics. A lot of people are anxious because the truth is, they're not too shaky on the tables. They know. And you know your little, I don't really know my 7 times table now. I know my 5, I know my 10, I know my 2, I know my 3, I know my 4, 5, I see 6 and 7 and 8 and thing. I'm not too sure what's going on there. I don't really know it that good. You have to learn your times tables. Then as soon as you learn your times tables, I see it all the time. As soon as a student learns their timetables, their grades start to go up. Immediately, their confidence grows. So make sure you can do that, people. If you know that, you should also learn your operations. You might be saying, what is operations? This is medicine. This is a surgery. No, operations is addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction. Especially this friend over here, division. A lot of people can do multiplication, addition, subtraction even, but you see division, problems with the division, bringing across and thing, they don't really know. So sit down and do some simple division, then more advanced, and make sure you're strong in your basics, your operations, your timetables, and then your fractions. You see this one here, this is the final frontier in the basics. They're the bad boy of basics. Do you know there are lots of persons going into SA and they have massive problems with fractions? Maybe there may be some of you here. Even as I do the questions, when you see the fraction question, you're grown. Not everybody does grown, and some people just be like, okay, I know how to do it. So yeah, they become in the okay, I know how to do it crew. So sit down, go through the fractions. If you're in lessons, if you're in my lessons class, go over the classes with fractions. If you're in your lessons class, go over your notes on fractions and make sure you can do it. So these are the 3 main basics that I see students have problem with. Learn the basics. Otherwise, you will never be able to do an equal sharing. You'll never be able to do the advanced section 3 questions. And your parent will keep calling and saying, sir, he doing good in section 1 and but see section 3, he make it in see way. She ain't seen she way in that section 3. So make sure you know your basics, right? And of course, there are other things that I see people putting in the chat here. Number 3, practice under exam conditions. This was something that helped Pete to raise his grades as well. Because you see, when you're home and you rock back and you do one question and you go and drink something and you watch a piece of TV and you do a next question and then you do a next question and you're laid back. You need to practice with the time on your back. So most SEA students get this done well because in school your teachers train to do this. So they let you practice under time conditions. If you aren't, you could be surprised when you go in the exam and you start to panic and feel anxious instead of excited because you didn't practice it under exam conditions under the time. Channel the adrenaline. So this is something you need to learn to do. Sports people learn how to do this. They learn how to channel the adrenaline into performance. Do you know that the fact that you are excited means that your body and your brain and your whole personality, your whole self, it makes it easier for you to learn? You are all of a sudden, you can cram, you can understand stuff more. As we get closer to the exam, use that adrenaline and excitement to learn even faster. All of a sudden, you go in here, you go in there, you're not interested in gaming anymore. You're just excited about getting your grades from 70% to 80% to 90%, and you take it as a challenge and as an adventure. And as you hear in the chat, you're listening to me? Say, type, I am listening. I am listening if you're listening to me. You take it as a challenge and as an adventure to do well in the exams, right? And last but not least, use peer pressure positively. And that is one of the reasons, one of the big reasons I have this YouTube thing here is because as students begin to see other students type in similar situations, you begin to feel like, yeah, I can do it. Look, if Peaches and Jinjin and Aliyah and Wolfie and Sunny Blink studying and understanding too well, them is my age, I can do it too, right? So use that peer pressure positively. Don't go online with them people, them who in watching videos on Sunday and think, I not do no math on Sunday, don't forget it. All right, so let me go on to 21. So I take a little time. This session might go a little longer, but I hope you understand. If you understand what I said there, type word in the chat. Maybe you could take notes or come back and watch over those 5 points if you suffer with that kind of anxiety thing. Siam puts 3 numbers in descending order. A common fraction belonging to the 8th family is missing. Write the missing fraction. Oh, 8th family, boy. Who is this 8th family, by the way? You know this 8th family? The 8th family, not the Adams family, and a Wednesday, the 8th family. It starts with 125, like if we're doing 1,000 then. Or maybe you could use it like this, 0.125. And you know this family, right? And then 0.250. And then 0.5. Now the 0 here, they really need that, right? And then what comes next? What comes next? Wait, I made a mistake. It's 0.375. Yes, maybe that is who goes in there. And how do you want us to do it? A common fraction. So how are we going to write this fraction? Anybody with any ideas? How do we write this as a common fraction? And then what comes next? 0.5. And then 0.625. And then 0.750. Why isn't it chat if you know what I'm talking about? Why mean yes, you know? And then 0.875. And what comes next? 1.000. Of course, these zeros, you don't need them, but I'm just putting it so you can see it. And as a percentage, this is like 12.5%, 25%. This is the 8th family. To the 7.5%, 50%, 62.5%. You're supposed to know this family offhand. 75%, 87.5%. I guaranteed this family, the uncles and aunties and them and thing going and come and visit you in the exam. Know this family. And of course, this is 1/8. 2/8, also known as a quarter, 3/8, 4/8, also known as a half, 5/8, 6/8, yes, also known as 3/4, 7/8, and 8/8, also known as a whole or 1. So what is missing here is definitely 3 eighths is missing there. That 0.375 should go between these two. I hope you all understand. Not a half, because 50% is a half, and it needs to be between. And it needs to be in descending order, going down like that. Which two square numbers sum up to 80? Think back all square numbers. Which two of them I can make 80, boy? Maybe. Let's write them out. One squared is one not going to be in this. Two squared is four not going to be in this, because then I subtract 4, I get 76. 3 squared is 9. Is 9 going to be in this? No. 4 squared is 16. This one is interesting. Let's see what will happen. Because if I say 18 minus 16, I get 74. No, I get 64. And 64 is also a square number. So which two square numbers sum to 80? Now, I might be tempted to say 8 and 4, yeah? But that's not what they're asking for. They're asking which two numbers, the square, which two numbers are, no, they want the square numbers themselves. So I need to actually put the 64 plus the 16. You understand? These are the square numbers. Now, when somebody tell you, say your square numbers, don't write 1, 2, 3. Obviously, you'll write 1, 4, 9. These are the square numbers. These are the numbers that we square to get the square numbers. So another mistake is that students can put 8 and 4 instead of 64 and 16. 5 and 1/3. So we'll do the whole numbers first. 5 minus 2. And we'll get 3. Then we'll do the fractions. And we get 1/3 minus 7 over 12. 12. We do our LCM. 3 can go into 12 4 times. That's what I'm doing. LCM of 3 and 12 is 12. 12 I can just put this 7 here. 3 can go into 12 4 times. And 4 by 1 is 4. Problems in the camp, boy. Now, you don't cry when this happens, because 4 minus 7, this number is bigger. It can't work. You don't cry when this happens. You just take a walk across or a run across to the whole number section and say, yo, I need to borrow one earlier. In fact, I'm not borrowing, I'm just taking it. So the 2, take that 1, bring it back here. So now, when that 1 comes here to help in this subtraction, it's not going to be 14, eh? It's going to be whatever this number is. How many of you all do it this way, by the way? So that 1 coming across here is going to be an additional 12 to the 4. You understand? It's 12 over 12. That's the 1. So this is 16 minus 7 over 12. That's what you're supposed to be trained to do. And what we'll get, what are we getting here, boy? 16 minus. I've seen lots of different answers in the chat, boy. 16 minus 7 is 9/12. So now we know we don't take this 3, we take this 2 and 9/12. But 9/12 can be simplified to what? 3/4. So this is 2 and 3/4. We needed help. We needed help with this one. Another technique that some students do is change both of these to improper. Since we're doing a long session this week, we're doing a long session this week, right? So 5 3s are 15 plus 1 is 16 over 3. How many of you all do this style? 2 by 12 is 24 plus 7 is 31. Am I saying this properly? 2 by 12 is 24 plus 7 is 31 over 12. And then you do the 12 thing here minus 31. Some of you all do this style. I find like this one taking longer, boy. And 3 into 12 is 4. 4 by 16 is 64 minus 31. How much I'm getting? I'm getting 33 over 12. And then when I change this to a mixed number, 12 could go into 33 2 times, remain then 9 over 12. Right. And I end up back in the same situation when I break down the 9/12. I could break this down and say 3 can go into this 4 times, 3 can go into this 11 times, and end up with 2 and 3/4 there. 2 ways to do it. This way is usually the way taught in school because it works with everything. This works with everything too, but sometimes they end up with some really big numbers when you do the LCM here. For every $15 that Kimani saves, her cousin Kyle saves $18. These may or may not be actual students that I've taught. Here's $18. At the end of 3 months, Kyle saved $126. How much did Kimani save in the same time? Oh my gosh. I need to read this question again. For every $15 that Kamani saved, Kyle saved $18. So how I'm thinking to do this question immediately is to make like a block. One K and K. Let me call it a 1K and K now by Kimani and Kyle. For one block of that, we'll have the 15 plus the 18. When Kimani saved 15, Kyle saved 18. At the end of 3 months, Kyle saved 126. How much did Kimani save in the same time? Oh, I maybe didn't even need to do this, I realize, because Kyle saved 126 at the end of 3 months. So I just need to divide to see how much 18 could go into 126 now. How much times he saved $18. Yeah, that making sense? Let's see how much times he saved. He put in $18 because every $18 he put in, Kimani will put in $15. So let me not do the K and K. I really wanted to do that style, but can't work. So number of times 18 was saved. The number of times he saved $18 was 126 divided by 18. I'm not seeing the answer for this one time, so let's try to break it down a little bit. Yeah, so 18 could go into this, 2 could go into this 9 times, and 2 could go into this 63 times. And 9 could go into 63 7 times. So in other words, there was 7 times that occurred where Kyle saved $18. And then that's how we reach up to 126. But every time Kyle saved $18, Kimani saved $15. Everybody's okay with that? So 7 times. It's a ratio. It's 15 to 18. But you don't even need to use the word ratio in your explanation here. Every time Kyle saved $18, Kimani saved $15. And he did that 7 times. So Kimani would have 15 times 7, and some of you all know that offhand is 105. Because 15 times 6 is 90. This is something you should know. Because that's correct. Yeah, because 15 times 2 is 30. And this is 3. So 3. And then an additional 15. Yep, 105 songs were really good. $105 is how much Kimani has. His school has 189 boys and 252 girls. 9 girls are added to school. What percentage of the school would be girls? Careful with this question. There's a trick. There is a trick with this. How many of you all know the trick with this question? Well, you have this school. And in this school, we started off with 189 boys and 252 girls. And now we decide to add 9 girls. And now they want to know the percentage. What some of you all may do is add the 9 here and then add these 2 and divide to find the percentage. But when you add the 9 girls, the total actually goes up as well. How much girls do we have now? Number of girls is 261. 9 plus 252 is 261. And total students is the 261, not the 252 anymore, the 61 plus the 189. All this addition, 0, 1, 6 and 8, 14, 15, and bring across the 1 and 450. 400 and not dollars, 450 students. So the percentage of girls will be 261 over 450 multiplied by 100 over 1. That's how we change stuff to percentage, bro. And I'm seeing some stuff could happen here. 0, 0. For sure, this could divide by 9 because I have a 9 hiding in here somewhere. Yeah, so 5 into this 9, 5 into this 2. Am I going correct? Yeah, maybe 9 into 26. How many times? Just 2 times. Just 2 times. Remainder 7, and 9 could go into 81. How many times, boy? 9 times. 9 times. So 29 times 2 is 58%. Now, the faster and stronger you get in your multiplication and addition and thing, it's the better you are, the better you'll be equipped to do these questions. You won't need to spend too much time with the multiplication and addition, getting lost with that, right? So 58% is good. The public library in San Fernando charges $2.50 per book. I don't know if that is true. For returning books late. Haley paid $50 for returning 5 books late. The books were all borrowed on the same day. Calculate the number of days the books were overdue. Well, $2.50 per book for returning books late. $2.50 per book. There are 5 books. All borrowed on the same day. So, intriguing. So if all of them were borrowed on the same day, how much is like the cost of one book she paid? So for like one book being late, it'll be $50 over the 5 books. That's $10, bro. So it's really $10 she paying per book for lateness. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's $50 that she borrowed real books, which is good. Big up Healy for borrowing all them books. And I taking back the big up for delivering them late. Haley borrowed 5 books, and each one of them she borrowed the same day, and now she had to pay a late fee. She had to pay a late fee of it was 5 books of $50. That means each book she pay a $10 fee on. But you're getting charged $2.50 per day. So it means how many days? Number of days. If my screen is blurry, you need to raise the setting on your side. The number of days would be the $10 divided by the $2.50, and most people can divide this and see that that'll be 4, because this is like 100 divided by 25. 250 and 250 is 5. 2.5 and 2.5 is 5, and 5 by 2 is 10. So it's 4 days. It's 4 days. 27. Oh gosh, did the brain cooler here earlier? This is the brain cooler. Last week I nearly stumbled on this. I'm gonna make sure that didn't happen this last week. Because last week I nearly made a mistake on this one. Or it was week before. Then we go there. Then we go there. So what's the idea with this? I'll keep saying this every week. I do the vertices first. So like it's 4 that way. To try and avoid making any mistakes now, 4 that way. Make sure it's perpendicular to the line of symmetry. It's 4 this way, 2 this way, 2 this way, 4 this way, 4 this way, 2 this way, 2 this way, 4 this way, 4 this way. And double check in. 2, 2, and yes. So now all that's left for me to do is use my nice, clear, clean ruler that I have and haven't hit. I didn't hit my brother or my sister with the ruler and break it. And I connect these things so that I could collect my 2 marks and go about my life. All right. There we go. So we're going a little slower than usual this week because we stop and tell stories and all kind of thing. But we're still pressing. Nice, nice, nice. 28, Celine used 17 meters of cloth to make shirts and pants for her son. She used 92 centimeters to make each pair of pants and 60 centimeters to make each pair of shirts. She made an equal number of pants and shirts. If she has 28 remaining, how many pants and shirts did she make? So one pair, one grouping, and it's equal. It's equal. This is actually equal sharing rather than unequal sharing. But we still call it that unequal sharing topic. One pair of pants and shirt. So one pair of pants and a shirt combo. The pants and shirt combo would be the 92 plus 60. Are you going to add it up now, boy? So this is 152. And everybody know when you're adding with 90, you just need to drop the number by 1, right? So it's 152 centimeters. However, in all, there was 17 meters of cloth. That is real cloth, boy. Wait, so that is 17 meters. So 17 meters is equal to 1700 centimeters of cloth. 1700 centimeters, because 1 meter is remember 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So 70 meters you multiply by 100. And now I just need to minus the extras. Get rid of the excess because she had 28 remaining. Let's get rid of the excess. Remove the excess cloth. Remove the excess cloth. 1700 minus 28 is remove the excess. Remove the excess cloth. 991. I just do my subtractions quick, right? 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. 1672. Nice. So this is how much he really used. This is how much he really used. And I just need to divide to see what it is. So how many pants and shirts? So the number of pants and shirt would be equal to 1672 divided by 152. So you can start off with reducing this with numbers like 2 and thing if you're a little frightened, but at somebody telling me that 11 is the way to go. 11 is the way to go. Let me double check and see. 152 times 11 is 152 here and 152 here. And again, 276. Yeah, boy, that's 11. So 11 was good, boy. You're smart. Now, be careful, because SEO would be a little more specific with their answer. Like they would say, I've seen these questions, they will say this pants and this shirt. Understand? 11 pants, 11 shirts, or something like that. Or 11 pairs of pants and shirt. So that you know that you do the thing proper. Because this question could kind of be mistaken. You could write 22 in a way, because how many pants and shirt? 11. You see, it can be a little confusing. So you'll have to be a little specific in your answer. So if the answer is like this, I'd write 11 pants, 11 shirts. Hold on, I just need to block somebody. I'm gonna hope this don't X me out. I'm still here? I'm still here? Nice. Last time I blocked somebody, I get knocked out. The signs below were displayed by 2 market vendors. So they're in the market selling tomatoes. Nice. How many of you love to go to the market with your parents? To be honest, that wasn't really my thing. I didn't used to like to go to the market, but I don't like the busyness. I don't like the smell. I don't like that I was small and I had to lift up a heavy market bag. Market just was not my thing. It probably is still not my thing. What will be the cost of 1 kilogram of Miss Wilson's tomatoes? Well, I'm seeing that she has 750 grams is 1350. So if 750 grams is equal to 50, how much would 1 gram be? And then how much would 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram be? Well, it's a division when you're finding for the unit. 1 gram will be 31.50 divided by 750. And then the 1,000 grams, which is the kilogram, would be 31.50, 750 multiplied by 1,000. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. Pay attention to that, right? Did I pick the right one? Miss Wilson's tomatoes. Miss Wilson. Right. We did the right thing. Now, ideally, I'm seeing like 50 is the best thing to maybe break this down by, or maybe I could cross out a 0 here, cross out a 0 here, and then break it down by 25. So 3 here. And then, excuse me, this will be 4 because I use 25. And I'm seeing that this would work out because 1.5 divided by 3, there's a 3 underneath here still, is 1. 3 can go into the 1, so 0, but 3 could go into the 15, so that's 5. 10.05. But that's not the final answer, because now that this is 10.5, and I need to multiply this by 4, what am I getting? What am I getting when I say 10.5 by 4? 10.5 by 4 class. Am I doing this correctly? Am I doing that correctly? 10.5 by 4. Yeah. 42. So 4 by 5 is 20. Put the 2 there. 2 will drop back down here because 4 by 0 is 0. Yeah, and 4 by 1 is 42. $42. This was a little harder maths, although it was simple stuff that I did. These students get problems with this because it's not an exact divisor. This has a decimal in it, so that's a little toughness there. But you follow the same process. 750 grams is equal to that, and you're trying to bring it up to 1,000. So what you need to do is bring it down to 1 first using a division process. Finding for the unit, finding for the whole, finding for 1, you divide or you reciprocate. Right? 31.50 divided by 750. And then when you, after you found for 1, to go back up to the 1 kilogram, which is 1,000 grams, you multiply. Somebody tell me to put the 1,000 over 1. Yes, we traditionally do that in SEA. And then 750, and I broke it down, and you could follow through the division and thing there, right? Which market vendor is selling their tomatoes at a cheaper price? Ooh, 1 mark for that, boy. Wait, how they can do it like that, boy? $10 per quarter kilogram. So let me not interfere with this 42, because that 42 real helpful. So right now, Wilson, Mr. Wilson, we call him by proper name. Mr. Wilson is selling it at $42. All right, just now I need to hold on a second. By the way, when people doing the naughtiness in the chat, it making me slow down, so I'll try not try to behave yourself now, boy. Right, cool. All right, we ready? All right, focus back. So $42 for 1 kg. I think we could bring this one down to the 1 kg to see who is doing the best. Because if he's selling it $10 per quarter kg, how much he's selling for 1 kg? And by a quarter of a kg is 4 parts a quarter. So I need to multiply this 10 by 4 to bring it up. So it's 40. I'll just see what I'm doing there. Who is the cheaper one? Hernandez is the cheaper one. Hernandez. And that's what they expect you to do rather than going and work it out from scratch, because working it out from scratch would be a little more troublesome. Yeah, so I normally have moderators here too, but I don't know if they're here. Ataya left work at the time shown on the clock below. She arrived at home 35 minutes later, and the same clock drew the new position of the minute hand when she arrived home. Right, so this clock not fast or slow. This clock normal, right? Earlier, by the way, I done ban the person. So 35 minutes later would mean, I feel like I do this same question last week, boy. Last week self I do the cent 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. What do you think going to happen here? Draw the new position of the minute hand. That minute hand going to move this way 35 minutes. That minute hand going to be here, boy. That minute hand going to be pointing at the 12. All right. Through what angle did the minute hand turn? Well, each 5 minutes, this is something you should know. Each 5 minutes represent how many degrees? How much does each 5 minutes represent? How many degrees? 5 minutes represent how many degrees? There are a few ways to figure it out. You can see the whole thing is 360, and there are 12 blocks, 12 5-minute blocks, not 90. So each 5 minutes actually, not 45, each 5 minutes represent 30 degrees. Write it down. This is something you should know. Each 5 minutes on the clock, each 5 minutes represents 30 degrees, like 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. So if it moved from here, here, how many degrees y'all think that is? That's just 30 degrees more than 180. That's 210 degrees. Or I could say it's 7 blocks of 30 degrees. 5 minutes degree, 7 times 5, right? Because it's 35. Did they say 35? Am I imagining this? Yes, 35. So it's 35 minutes this way. So that's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That makes 35. How many of them were there? 7. 7 blocks of 30. So it moved. Everybody understand? I tried to explain it in a few different ways. 7 times 30 is 210 degrees. And one of the other way I said it was, this is 180 degrees, and that extra 5 would just be 30 plus 105. 30 plus 100 and 30 plus 180, sorry. Krista bought an iPad. Coming down to the end here, people. Stay strong. Those of you who just jumped in, press the like button. Introducing the like button. We're trying to reach 500 likes. Salma say we're trying to make it to 500. I'll help you out here. Help you out here. Krista bought an iPad for 3,000 and later we sold it to Shania for 3,000. Krista is a business woman by Krista boy. Krista make how much? What is the percentage profit? Well, the profit itself is 3,550 minus 3,000. That's $550. And the profit as a percentage is always taken over the initial price. So let's multiply that, the cost price. Nice. So cross. Why is this giving me a decimal? All right, Krista, you made a decimal. 55 over 3. How many times can 55 go into 3? 3 into this 1 remainder 2. 3 into this 8 remainder 1/3. 3.3333, and that will happen forever, right? Because they keep getting 1 remainder 1 0 3 3.3. Yeah, 3.1. Yeah, yes. This will happen over and over. So 3.3%. So you can put 3.3%, sorry, 18.3%, or you can put 18.333 recurring percent, or 33 recurring percent. If Shania negotiated a discount of 20%, calculate the value of the discount she received. Well, she negotiated 20% off of the selling price. So not on the 3,000, it would have to be 20% off of the 3,550. Yeah. So discount is 20% of mean multiply of the 3,550. So Darius Morad, I feel like every week you ask when this is going to end. It ends when we finish the paper. So 2 by this is 355 times 2. That's all we need to do, and we get 710 when we do that. And I did that in my mind by saying 350 times 2 is 700, and the extra 5 times 2 is 710, right? So $710 would be the discount sis going and get. Let's go on. What is the area of the shaded figure? Ooh, this is a nice one. Let's see the monster we have here. These shoes, maybe the eyes on the edge here. Maybe this is the nose here. Maybe this is the whole mouth here. What is the area of the shaded region? Well, it's a 2 by 2, so 1 square is equal to 4 cm squared. And let's count how many squares we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and even the halves for last. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 whole squares. These two. You know how long I write these two and I don't want to work. These two will make it another whole, so that's 15. So 4 times 15, or 4 cm squared times 15 is 60 cm squared is the answer. Yeah, boy. Faith and her 5 cousins decided to go to Movie Town. Each cousin spent $50 on a movie ticket. They met three friends and bought popcorn for everyone at $12.50 each. Faith and I need to read this again. Faith and her five cousins decided to go to the movie though. Each cousin spent $50 on the movie ticket. They met three friends and bought popcorn for everyone. Oh, time to draw. Like Faith. That is she five cousins and them boy. Faith and her five cousins. Real cousins Faith have. How much cousins do they have? Some people are real cousins. So each cousin spent $50 on a movie ticket. So that is 50 times 5, because it's all of them. Then on top of that, they meet three new friends. That the new friends did. And bought popcorn for $12.50 each. Everybody. So how much time that is $12.50 by? Because that's the Faith and her five cousins plus the new friends. So that 8 set of popcorn them buy. So what's the total amount of money spent? Well, I need to work it out. The tickets. Assuming that these friends' tickets they buy that for themselves already, right? That's the assumption they make. They make that assumption. The tickets will be 50 times 5, which is $250. Are they keeping up with me? And them popcorn, they really sell them popcorn expensive in the cinema. I wish I could get it for $12.50, but I feel like they sell it for more than that. $12.50 by 8 is a clean 100 by. I don't need to think about that because there's remember the Eights family. The Eights family watching me right there. So that's 100. So 100 plus 250 is 350. So 8 times if 1/8 is obviously a whole or the 100. The diagram below shows a bottle of flu. Yes, somebody's seen everybody saying so. Did I make a mistake in the previous question? Faith and her five cousins. Oh, it was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I missed out that $50 here. Oof. Say that 5? Mistake. Faith and her five cousins. That's 50 times 6. So that's 300. My mistake, boy. Apologize. 300 plus 100 is 400. Wow, it's 6 cousins. That's a common mistake in these kind of questions in mathematics. All you have to CXC, and I just made it. Maybe I'm running out of energy. The diagram below shows a bottle of flu medication and a dosage cup. So 0.28 liters. A lot of liters to milliliters conversion, but they love that conversion. 5, 6, and 3. I forget the popcorn part. So this is 9. So now instead of saying this is 100, and I'm so vexed that is not 100 anymore because 100 was such a convenient number. 112.5. So this answer, this question, which I botched, it's actually 412.50. So pay attention to that. Keep forgetting Faith, but Faith wasn't going to get to watch a movie. Faith wasn't going to get a popcorn, all kind of thing. Faith and her five cousins. So it's Faith and 5. And I draw it out to help me, and I make the mistake and forget to add in Faith there. Faith, I apologize twice. The diagram below shows a bottle of flu medicine, right? We have the dosage cup here. 3 doses per day by Johnny for 5 days. Each dose is 15 ml. How many milliliters of flu medication are remaining after the 5 days? So if he follow the doctor orders and he do it properly, is that correct? All right, let me double check. What number is this? 33. I think I did 33. I think I fixed up Faith Day properly. Yeah, 412.5. Yes, I fixed up Faith Day properly. So after 5 days, a lot of people saying so I just want to double check it one more time. What is 50 by 9? Yes, it's 50 by 6. No. That part I'm pretty sure about. There's no other reason that they would. There's no other reason that they will say each cousin spend $50 at the movie ticket and then tell you about the friends. So, and yes, the popcorn by 9 is this. I just forget to change the numbers here. So this is the 6 and this is the 9. So this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. We don't need to apologize to Faith again. That was good. Faith is good. It's not 50 by 9, it's 50 by 6. The diagram below shows a bottle of Faith good. Faith watching the movie all now. All also Faith watching that movie. How many milliliters of flu medication was there remaining in the bottle? Well, there are 3 doses, 5 times a day. How much doses in 9 all by? That is 3 by 5 equal 15 doses in all. A lot of flu medication. By 5 days, 3 doses. A real flu medication. And each dose is 15. So in all, this is 15 times 15, which is 225. 225 ml. 225 ml, right? And how much mLs it had before? It had 280 mLs before. Well, you see how I do that little conversion. I've seen my students in my class doing this real fast these days. So that's why I'm doing it fast too. So 0.28 L, and they just move the point, whoop, 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 280. So change the L to the mLs, liters to milliliters, and then you do a quick subtraction. 280 minus 225, because they ask how much was remaining, and you get our 55 milliliters, which is what everybody gets. A real flu medicine this man drink, boy. Complete the table below. Cylinder. Cylinder. So the cylinder has 2 edges. 2 edges. A circular edge here and another circular edge there. Who have one face, no edges and no vertices, and is a solid? Only one man in the world could do that. Only one solid could do that. And this is how we draw that solid. We do something like this to show that solid. We do a little kind of wrong thing to undo a dotted line, so a wrong thing. That is a sphere. Don't get tied up. That's sphere. A sphere had nothing. No. Well, it have a face, but no edge, no vertices. Triangular prism. So we're looking at a triangular prism and not a triangular pyramid. So we have that triangle here and then sort them out like that. Sort them out like that, right? How many vertices? Well, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, vertices like the part that could chuck you. All right, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. Just 6. Another word for vertices is, it's another word for vertices. Rainfall was recorded in Trinidad for 5 days as shown in the table below. Average or mean was this at the end of the 6th day. So they're missing a day here, boy. And they want you to fill it in. Yeah, so the other word for vertices, I see people say apex. Point. You can use the word point. So average is this. So with these questions, we're going to find the total. So you're going to say 220 multiplied by its average. So 220 multiplied by 6. 1320. 1320. What am I doing? This is multiplying the mean by the number of days, 6 days, and falling 220 millimeters every day. So 220 times 6. That's what I get. Hopefully I do that correct. So that's the mLs here, but we're missing a day. So maybe if I find the days that we have and do all that big addition, maybe I'll be able to subtract and find the missing day. So let's line up and take a deep breath and get ready to go in deep into this addition here. I'll say it as I do it. That's why we need to jump back. Ready? 5, 5, and 5 make 15. So I'm going to put the 5 here and I'm going to bring the 1 here. 1 and 9 make 10. I'm looking for the 10s first now. 1 and 9 make 10. 2 and 4 make 6 and 3. Yeah. 1 and 9 make 10. 2 and 4 make 6 and 3 is 19. So 9 will come here and the 1 will come there. Then I'll have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 1095. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right? So what is left? What is left? What is left for 6? So on the sixth day, we have 1320 is the total minus 1095 so far. Now you just hit them a little subtractors. Cross for that 3, put a 2 there, that's 1. Cross for that 12, put a 11 there, put a 1 there. All right, so 10 from 5, 11 take away 9. 10 take away 5 is 5, 11 take away 9 is 2. 2 will just drop down here, 2 take away 0 and 1. All right, so 225 ml people. L. Let's pretend that M was a L. ML. Oh no, it was mm. It was mm. My bad. Millimeters of rain. That's how they measure the rain. That's how they measure the rain in millimeters going up. All right. Malachi has 50% of the amount of Roblox points Yariel has, and Matthew has 2/5 of the amount of Roblox points Malachi has. If Yariel has 2,248 more Roblox points than Matthew, how many Roblox points does Malachi have? Oh my gosh, if it wasn't for Roblox, I would not be able to see my way through this question. 50% of the amount of points. So let me just start to do up my little block diagram here and see if that will help. So this is Malachi, who has 50% as Yariel. So Yariel has twice as much as Malachi. I'm sure about that, because he has 50%. So this is a nice thing I do here. Real niceness. Matthew has 2/5 Malachi. So whatever Malachi has, if I divide it by 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then a little snip there, that is Matthew. Matthew. Why isn't it that if you understand my block diagram here? I just draw that to help me out now. I draw that to help me out. Let me draw it again, because I feel like this may be the easiest approach all around for students on a question like this. Malachi, Yariel, we nearly done on it. We nearly done. Take a deep breath. Matthew. Remember the same Malachi has 50% Yariel. Or the Yariel has. So if Yariel has like a big set here, Malachi would have half that. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe I could use these lines to help me. Malachi, Yariel, and Matthew. We're bringing all the big guns now, using lines and things. So I'm going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I know what's going to happen. And Yariel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's about there. I got a little preview into the question just now. So, is that making sense? Malachi has 50% Yariel, and Matthew has 1/5 of Malachi. That's what they said. That's what they said. No, 2/5. 2/5. I was wrong. 2/5. So I need to make it 2 blocks. 2/5. So that's my little block there. Now, some of you all know how to do this using just fractions, and some of you all know how to do this using algebra alone. So he has 2/5 this, and this one is half or 50% of that. So I am pretty certain that this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. This one is 2 pieces out of 5, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parts. That's good. All right. Now the next part is what I would use to find the unequal or the excess. If Yariel has 2,248 more Roblox points than Matthew, how many Roblox points does Malachi have? So Yariel has more than Matthew, and it told us how much more. So let's see. How many parts is that more in terms of the fifths? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts more. So 8 parts. He has 2 parts. He has 10 parts, and he has 5 parts. That's how we do this block diagram. You could spend some time going over afterwards. 8 parts is equal to 2, 2, 4, 8. So maybe I can find for one part or two parts. How many Roblox points does Malachi have? Malachi has 5 parts. Sorry, you want to find for 5. But let's find for 1 first. 1 part would be 8 into 2248. 8 into that is how much, boy? Just 2 remain. That's 6. 8 into 64 is 8 and 8. 281, is that correct? Yes, class? 8 could go into 2. No, 8 could go into 22 2 times. 2 by 8 is 16. If I subtract, I'll get remainder 6. I put the remainder here. 8 into 64 is 8. And then 8 into 8 is 1. So 281. Now, keep in mind, this is one of the toughest style of unequal sharing that could come. So 281. And now who? That's one part. I want to know how much Malachi has. So Malachi has 281 is one part, and we're going to multiply that by 5 parts. He has 5 parts. 281 by 5, and let's just do that multiplication quick here to dust we hands from this question. 2, 5 by, this is 5, 5 by 8. I've seen some action going on in the chat there. Be careful. Carefully end up on the watch alone policy. 5 by 1 is 5. 5 by 8 is 4. Bring across the 4. 5 by 2 is 10. And 1 is 4. So 1405 points. 1405 points. Is that the last question? Oh my gosh, no, we have another question here. 38, 39. We have 3 questions to go. In one day, Patricia's bakery produces 45 loaves of bread, while Jamie's bakery produces 12 more loaves than bread than Patricia's bakery. So how many loaves of bread did both factories produce per day? Well, we have Patsy, Patricia. She has 45. We have Jamie. I don't know if that's a boy or a girl, but Jamie has 45 plus 12. So if we add up everything, 45 and 45 is 90 plus 12, it's 102. Big up Ajani, 102 loaves. Oh, yes, 102 is correct. 102 loaves. Both bakeries operate 6 days. Both bakeries operate 6 days per week. How many more loaves of bread were produced by Jamie's factory than Patricia's factory in 1 week? So in 1 week, every day, Jamie's factory is outperforming by 12 now. So if Jamie's bakery is producing 12 every day extra, then in 6 days, it's just a matter of saying 12 times 6 is 72 loaves. That's an easy question, but it looked like it was tough, but that's an easy question. Both bakeries produce a total of 816 loaves. How many days did it take them to do so? Now remember, in one day, they hit in 102. 102 in 1 day. Yeah, 1 day, 102. So how many days it will take them both to make 816? Well, it's just a matter of dividing. So number of days is 8. Now somebody said 1 day has 6 weeks, but 7 days. Somebody said 1 week has 7 days, which is true, but they're not working on a Sunday, boy. They're not working on a Sunday. Both bakeries only operating 6 days a week. That's how I know to multiply by 6. All right. So the number of days, 816. Rate energy level out of 10. 816 divided by 102, and we could see that the 100 could go into the 800 8 times, and the 2 could go into this 8. We seeing that. How many of you all seeing that? That had to be 8. That has to be 8. Rate your energy level out of 10. How much more energy will you have? We are on the 39th question. Diagram below shows a garden with a 2-meter path. Oh, do you all know how to do these questions? It's in the topic of measurement. This is the path around the garden. And of course, we have a beautiful garden here with one set of pick a bush. So calculate the perimeter of the garden? Well, it's 2 meters less. So, oh no, look, they have it here, 12 by 15. So the perimeter is the distance around an object. Some people on low energy levels, boy. The perimeter is 15 plus 15 plus 12 plus 12. That's how we work it out. Or there's a fancy way, always do it. And 2 times the width plus the length. All of that go work too. All of that go work. So what we have? We have 30 plus 24. 30 plus 24 is 54 meters. Sounds good to you? 54 meters sounds good to you? 12, 12, 15, 15 of the garden and not the path. 54 meters sounding good to me. Let me go on and see what's there for you. Calculate the area of the path. Well, to get the area of the path, I'll need to get the area of the whole thing, the whole yard, and then minus the area of the garden. So let me just do that right here, real quick. Keeping in mind that this whole length here is 15 plus the little part, which is 2. But then you need to add it on the next side too. So it's 15 plus 2 plus 2. So it's actually 19. And this side here will be 12 plus 2 plus 2. 12 plus 4, which is 16. Whew. So I want 16 by 19. So the area of whole yard will be, there's another way to do this, but it's longer. So let's do it this way. The area of the whole yard will be 16 by 19. 19. Can you all tell me what this is? 9 by 6 is 54. I'll do the question. 6 by 1 and 5 is 11. 6 and 5 is 11. So is this going to be 304? Shout out to Hannah, Nathaniel, and Trisel, and Giselle, and all the other people who got that out. 304 meters. That's not the answer. That's the area of the whole big thing. That's the area of the whole big thing. And now if we subtract the area of the garden, the area of the green part, the area of the garden is 15 by 12. And 15 by 12, how much is 15 by 12? You all focus in. 15 by 12, we'll have the 5 here, we'll have 2 by 15, which is 30, so I have 180. Yep, that makes sense, 180. And did I put meters? I should put square meters. So what's the area of the part? The area of the part, I'll need to subtract the 2. This is a popular question. So I hope you're paying attention. It's 304 minus 180. And everybody's telling me this is going to make 124, which I agree with. I agree with that. 18 from 30 is just 12, so I don't even need to do anything. 124. And they should have a square right there. Should have a square there. Calculate the area of the part. Oh my bad, it shouldn't have a square there. I was putting that in the wrong spot. There we go. There we go. Last question. Woo! Last question earlier. Each pen costs $15. Buy 4, get 1 free. Them really wait to buy 4 pens to get 1 free, but that's a rough deal, boy. What are you gonna do with 5 pens? Jalen purchased $120 worth of pen. How many free pens did he get? But we need to see how much times 15 could go into this. Let's see how much times 15 could go into 120. 120 divided by 15. Anybody know that offhand? Because how much you had to say was when we say 15 times 6, we get 90. And when we say 15 times 7, we get 105. So 15 times 8 will be that. So 8, right? 8. Like 8 pen, boy. However, every time you buy 4 pen, you get 1 free. If you bought 8 pens here, you have 10 pens, but you really get 2 free. Because that would ask him how many free pens he gets. So don't put 10. He got 2 free pens since he bought 8 pens. So every 4 pens you get 1 free. That's how many good you get 2 free pen, boy. How many pens did he get altogether? Well, 10. 2 plus 8 is 10. And Jalen's friend Avery also purchased the pens that was sale. He received 35 pens. Avery going and sell pens somewhere, boy. 35 pens altogether. How much money did he spend? Well, okay. You need to be careful with this one because remember, some of these pens is free pen too. Maybe we can divide it by 5 because it comes in groups of 5. You all agree with that? That's what I'm thinking to do. Because you buy 4 and you get 1. That's a group of 5 pens. So I could see how much groups of 5 pens now. I'm trying to count how much pens he had to buy. So he got 35 divided by 5 is 7 groups of pens. Of 5 pens. 7 groups of that. Now, in each of those groups, he had to buy 4. He got 1 free, but he had to buy 4. So he bought, so this is how much he paid for pens. This is how much pens he had to buy. How much pens he had to buy? If he bought 35 pens, but in every groups of 5, you only get 1, you getting 1 free. It means, you all following me? Nobody getting lost. He got 35 over 5, 7 groups of 5 pens. It means he bought 7 times 4 pens, which is 28 pens. He bought 28 pens, y'all. He had to buy 28 pens. 7 groups of 5 pens. So he had to 4 out of all of those groups he had to buy. So he bought 28 pens. Very good. Now, how much money he had to spend? Well, $15 a pen. So he spent last part for the class. 28 times 50 is $15 a pen. Am I imagining that? Because I find that real expensive for pens, boy. $15 a pen. It's a fancy pen. Maybe it's this kind of pen that I have here. This kind of pen is working real good. Well, you know this pen? Watch my screen. You know this pen? This is the pen. I search fan why to get this pen now. This pen. This kind of ink pen. It's not too bloody, but it's just right. That is pen, boy. When you're writing on a pen, it just feels right. Anyhow, so this is 28. 5 by 8 is 240. Let's finish up strong. 5 by 2 is 10. 140. 0, 8 and 4 is 12. Bring across to 1. $420 is how much this man Avery spent on pens. And that brings us to the end of the 4th session of the Sunday revision sessions. Big up yourself if you were in all of the sessions. Shout out to all the fighters. Amanda know the pen. She had a pen. It does work real good. I know I'm talking about. Shout out to Trini Boy, your channel. I'll go and follow this man channel. Give him man a little follow. Let me see where you are. I probably should check what he's post first. I give it this man a forwards and I don't know what he's post. Trini Boy. I even find in this channel. So I need to see where his post first before I beg you up, before I say, you know, seeing you posting some kind of wireless. Shout out to Rishma, shout out to Annalie, shout out to Sylvia, shout out to everybody who has been here from day one. If this is your first time, big up yourself. I hope you stay the whole session. Christian, Drizzle, YouTuber, Gina, Linton, Khalid, Selwyn, Adriana, Cameron, Tatiana, JD's, Keegan, Eli, big up the warriors in the house. Big up those who have the books. If you need to get the book, the number flashing below the screen as you coming across it. Just WhatsApp that number and you can get it. By the way, if you reach early, you could get the chance of discounts and these kind of things, right? So anybody here from the early team, there's usually 120 students also waiting before I start. Trini, Akinde, Ezekiel, Amelia, China, Ariel, Fraser, Mapadna, Ali Maxwell. Hey, Chelsea Lila, boy, I just see a name there, boy, if you jump out of the screen. Siberia, Riz, Shafira, Cindy, Tanjura, just a few more to go. Kayla. Oh, yeah, boy, and I forget to play my ads. We can the ads. I will sort it out for next time. Samara, Fabiana, what's up? Yeah, Kelvin, big up. Keely, Jacqueline. Hi, Isabel. Really cool gameplays. Rebecca. Excuse me. 2 more to go. Y'all remember this story? Those of y'all who was here, right? You remember the story that I said about what was his name? Peter, and I gave you some points on how to deal with anxiety here. Remember that? Rianne, Amelia, Zanessa, what's up? Lauren. Of course, Kavir getting shout out every. Kemani, how are you? Kemani wasn't a whole question. CJ, Jonathan, John Buru Singh, Wolfie, you're inside here, bro. Blessings. Although I didn't say a name, but we go work with Wolfie. Shireen, Cadell, blessings, Surin. And we're going to bring down the curtain on today's class there. See you all bright and early next week. Till we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.